You're about to experience an honest review of Cardano, which includes a price prediction that I see as heading towards 2 cents. I realize that's down 90%, and I'm going to clearly explain that in my Cardano review right here. I create crypto reviews for investors that are based on 12 years of research, thousands of altcoins looked at, and that are here to tell you the truth. I know Cardano holders are not going to want to hear this, but a lot of the most helpful information I've received in life are things I didn't want to hear at the time. This is not financial advice, and I have 6,500 ICP. I have held Cardano at various points in the past, and this review will highlight why I sold it and why I don't have it anymore. I have a standard 10-question blockchain checklist that I use to review every single layer 1 and layer 2 blockchain, and Cardano gets a 2 out of 10, scoring the questions that I think really matter for the future. So I do see a couple of real strengths for Cardano, which I will acknowledge, but I don't see Cardano as a blockchain with enough technical differentiation, real-world necessity, usage-driven demand, retail-aligned values, or asymmetric upside to justify the story around it. I think it's overvalued by at least 90%, driven by speculation and hype and people who will figure the things out I'm saying here in time. So let's look at a first critical question. To me, your blockchain, your number one question it should answer is this. Does Cardano offer technical capabilities that clearly stand out in a way that can matter long term? No. It has a respectable proof of stake design and native assets, but under a higher standard, that is not enough. These are incremental improvements, another Ethereum competitor, the usual smart contract blockchain model. Compared to ICP, Cardano does not look like a chain that's opening up a fundamentally more powerful category of product. It's another Me Too blockchain. Look, we do the same basic stuff that other chains do, except ours is slower than lots of the other newer chains, and we have much less adoption. Number 2, can developers build useful products on Cardano without major off-chain dependencies or third-party infrastructure? No. This is one of the biggest weaknesses. Even if the base chain actually works, real products still depend on wallets, front ends, APIs, indexers, and other outside services. That means you cannot have true decentralization in the ecosystem. That means there's tons of points of failure, that all the things around the blockchain are expensive to maintain. They are very likely to get hacked over time or just stop being funded because it's expensive to maintain stuff where you have to have security and constantly watch for vulnerabilities. If no other blockchain did this, it'd be one thing, but ICP, the answer is yes on both of these questions to ICP, which is a major risk to every other layer 1 blockchain. Developers can still build stuff around the blockchain, but they can't build things like websites, applications fully on the blockchain. Number 3, does Cardano do something the world is likely to truly need in 5 to 10 years? Is Cardano solving real problems like cyber crime or having to deal with AI? No. Cardano does not solve any problem I see that's important in the future. It's another general purpose proof of stake smart contract chain. It's respectable, but respectable does not mean you deserve a $10 billion valuation. That's speculative. Number 4, is Cardano's coin driven mainly by real usage rather than speculation? No. It's all about narratives and hype, and maybe this will get used later, and very little of it is coming from actual product usage. Just check the fees that the Cardano blockchain is generating, and you can see that for yourself. Number 5, and this to me is the biggest thing as an investor personally. Does Cardano's tokenomics solution profile and valuation create a strong asymmetric upside? Asymmetric being relatively low risk, like the price is so low that we're probably not going to go much further down, and huge potential upside that this is drastically undervalued and the market is inaccurately pricing it to the downside. At this Cardano being around a $10 billion market cap, the easy upside is gone. I've seen that it's been higher in the past, but I'm assuming crypto investors are continuing to get smarter, which is why we did not have the altcoin bull run euphoria this last season, because investors were onto that. They'd been taken advantage of before, and I doubt that's going to happen again. And Cardano without bull run mania, euphoria, and insanity, I don't see why anyone with the kind of research I do would buy Cardano. The valuation it's at today asks me to believe Cardano is much more useful and much more economically important than the real activity seems to suggest. So I think there's very limited possible upside with this. And the downside, to me, this is where we're likely going. Back to 2 cents. This is the most probable outcome I see. A question, too, that most people don't think to ask, but is very important emotionally. Number 6, is investing in Cardano aligned with crypto retail values of building a more decentralized, empowering future rather than mainly betting on institutional adoption, banks, big tech, governments, and authority signaling? No. This, for me, ADA fails because a lot of the Cardano story is leaning towards institutions, ETFs, enterprise adoptions, regulators, policymakers, and governance structures. This is not a statement specifically about the technology, but it doesn't feel like something that I, as a crypto investor, invest in and I'm getting the kind of future I want to. Does this investment really reflect my values as a crypto investor? No. It's betting on that big money is going to come in and continue to push this, which that is not the kind of bet I want to make. I want to make an investment on technology that truly decentralizes the full tech stack, not just the blockchain as a world calculator, basically. And then you need all this other stuff on top of it, and then trying to convince institutions that this will somehow be useful for you. People feel like they're investing in decentralization, but to me, the big part of the bullish case for Cardano depends on authority signaling that people in power like this, so you should like it too. And I don't invest in crypto because Larry Fink likes it or something like that. Like I bought Bitcoin before anybody in power liked it. And Cardano at this point is not a coin that you buy based on the technical capabilities of a blockchain. It's, to me, the only reason people are buying it is authority signaling. Is Cardano decentralized and resilient enough to function well without heavy dependence on insiders, a foundation, or any single organization? No. Cardano has moved towards broader governance, but I don't see something that clearly functions without heavy ecosystem dependence on major institutions, formal governance bodies, and long-established insiders. And especially when it comes to all the third-party stuff on top of it. The blockchain itself cannot run websites. You have to use wallets that are provided by third-party providers. And all of those can be compromised. And thus, if the ecosystem insiders stop contributing, it becomes utterly worthless. And if the price collapses, you're at a risk where all the ecosystem insiders can't pay their bills, aren't going to keep promoting it anymore, and we go down to 2 cents. Now, number 8, I will give Cardano a yes on this. This is one of the 2 points they earned. They do have a public-facing core development team with clear accountability and a strong technical track record. Charles Hoskinson is very well known in the space. This is one of the real positives. Cardano has visible institutions, leadership, governance structures, and a long public technical history. Now, I know some of these questions do conflict with each other, and that expresses the imperfect nature of blockchain. So yes, I like that Cardano is not some anonymous or loosely organized crypto project. And I would give Bitcoin a 0 on this one, a no, because Bitcoin does not have this, but it does have some of the others. Number 9 is Cardano carved out a category where no stronger incumbent already owns the core narrative. And this is a big one. Even if we don't even look at how the technical capabilities of a blockchain, this is more getting towards marketing. And in a world of smart contracts, Ethereum already has the biggest narrative. In the world of better than Ethereum, Solana already's got that narrative. And in crypto overall, Bitcoin has dominated that narrative. So Cardano just sits here being kind of useless, where the Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana have already covered all the lanes that Cardano can truly offer. And thus, what does it do that's special? Like ICP has a very strong yes here. There's nobody else doing the things ICP's doing. But Cardano, there's a bunch of people doing the same kind of stuff. So to me, that's not going to hold up over time. 10, does Cardano have self-reinforcing narratives advantage where major holders, influencers, institutions, ETFs, or VCs, or ecosystem insiders have strong incentives to keep promoting it and defending its position in market? Now, yes. And this is where ICP, I would answer no. And I did a ICP crypto review on my ICP channel. But Cardano is doing well here, and this mainly points to marketing and positioning, but that is not going to last the test of time. And I know some of you have such a hard time with this, but marketing comes and goes. Paying people to talk about things, people, confirmation bias they already are holding it, so they want it to do well. Their audience loves it and they keep talking about it. That stuff doesn't work forever. Cardano has one of the strongest, narrative machines, cult coins in crypto. To me, that's responsible for the vast majority of the valuation. The entrenched community, the ecosystem identity, the brand power, and the people who already are holding it with, self incentives to keep defending it, that matters. Even weaker projects can last a long time when they have this. And Cardano is stronger than many weaker projects in terms of the brand, but that is going to continue to drop over time. Marketing alone will not sustain, and Cardano must have the price go up. If the price can't consistently go up over time, like Bitcoin and Ethereum, if the price can't continue to go up over time, this will run out. And then the team will likely quit the blockchain at some point also. So the final score is a 2 out of 10. Cardano has the public-facing accountable ecosystem, and it has the marketing currently, but that's not going to last. I've seen all these tech bubbles that come along. Marketing can only work for a few years usually. And at some point, there's a day of reckoning. There's people seeing what's really happening. There's people withdrawing from everything that doesn't have a strong reality to it. And bear markets generally are when that's happening. I think we're going to have a very long bear market for altcoins because people are starting to realize, even if it's subconscious, that almost all these altcoins in crypto are fundamentally worthless. And especially with AI, it's getting easier than ever. You could just launch your own version similar to Cardano today. And that makes the chains that are out there very easy to just I'm not going to say go to zero, but go down close to it. So my price prediction for Cardano, we'll see how my prediction holds up over time. The price today that I filmed this at is 24 cents, is where the price chart sits right now. So we'll see how my prediction plays out over time. The chart certainly has been on the way there. I mean, it was 96 cents and it's dropped down. And I realize other coins have went down as well. But most coins are not going to have a good future. I think Cardano's best days have come and gone. I think 284 is as good as it's going to get. And you can see this other pump was a diminishing return. And I think the future pumps are going to be diminishing returns. And you're going to see 2 cents again for Cardano. And that'll be a sad day for investors who haven't thought about this. The Cardano price hasn't been around 2 cents since 2019 or so. And actually all the way back here, 2017. I think we're going to go back to launch prices for Cardano one day. Time will tell whether I'm right or not. If you appreciate that I care about you as a crypto investor and I want you to have the best information, rather than if I were to talk positive about Cardano, I'd get more views, I'd get more money, and I'd get more followers. But I stick to sharing what I would do and what I would buy personally with my own research. My own research indicates Cardano is high risk, low reward. And that's why I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't touch it. And that's this review. That's all my reviews. So if you found this helpful, Jerry Banfield Crypto Reviews is here. Tell me in the comments what you'd like me to review. I reviewed Cardano because viewers before you asked me to review it. And if you want my ICP video, subscribe to Jerry Banfield ICP. If you want to schedule a call at jerrybanfield.com to talk about your whole crypto portfolio, look at all your coins all at once, I'm here. I'm ready for you on Zoom. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.